A disclaimer, this podcast is not about religion. White Jesus and Black Jesus are nicknames. That's just what we call each other. This is a comedy and discussion podcast meant to entertain. We support all religions people choose to follow in order to connect to a higher power, although we think Scientology is a bit out there. Enjoy the show. I'm glad that Black Jesus is back. It would be horrible to have a show with just White Jesus. I would rather listen to my only child being murdered. Anyways, things are about the same here in the internet. Lots of porn and stupid people. I can't believe that White Jesus hasn't gotten the show cancelled yet. That dude is crazy.
Welcome to the Black and White Jesus podcast. This week's show is sponsored by chairs. Are you sitting on the floor and thinking there's got to be a better way? Well, there is. Pull up a chair. Chairs provide all the comfort and satisfaction of not having to sit on the floor. Do you own a restaurant full of tables and excellent food and wonder why business is so slow? Just add chairs to the tables and see your business skyrocket. Say goodbye to sore backs and dirty behinds. Say hello to chairs. The podcast is also being sponsored by Sliced Bread. Sliced Bread, the greatest invention since... those are our sponsors. Welcome to the Black and White Jesus podcast. I'm White Jesus. And tonight I'm flying solo. It's just you and me, baby. Kind of intimate. I feel close to you guys, man. I lit some candles up. Let's have some fun. Black Jesus is when my brother guest hosted a couple shows ago. He reminded us all that being Jesus is hard work. You know, it's busy being Jesus. And Black Jesus is actually much more busier than me. So it's cool, man. We're, it's a little exciting doing a solo show. I mean, there's nobody here except a picture of my dog, Pixie. I consider her my co-host tonight. Pixie's my dog. She was my dog. She's passed away, but I have her remains in front of me and her picture, and nobody loved me like Pixie, and she's a dog angel now. So that's all good. All dogs go to heaven. That's what I heard like a long time ago in some kind of movie. So this is it. White Jesus Unleashed. It's going to be a little bit of a different show, being as it's just us folks. I did want to mention 9/11, to bring the room up. I wanted to mention 9/11 just because we just had the anniversary of 9/11, and I don't really joke too much about 9/11, although of course I do. Like something I do every 9/11 is for people who understand my weird comedy. I'll say happy 9/11, and I'll say that to my brother, and I'll say that to just a couple of my friends who know that what I mean when I say happy 9/11 is just that it's so horrible that saying happy 9/11, I don't know. There's a lot, you know what? Of course there's a lot to mourn, but there's also a lot to celebrate. I don't know how old some of you folks were back in the year 2001. The kids who want to abolish the police right now don't even remember or were alive during 9/11. Um, while there is so much to mourn, there's something to celebrate in that post 9/11 was post 9/11 was surreal, and the feeling of unity with all people in the country as a country. I've never experienced anything like that. You know, we were all on the same team, Republicans and Democrats. We were all on the same team. We were all Americans. You know, we had all just been attacked. You know, not white Americans, not black folks. We were attacked as Americans. And you know, sometimes I actually I actually sometimes watch back reruns of the actual footage. Okay, so while there's a lot to mourn, there's also a lot to be celebrated in the fact that you know, we came together as a country. It was a good feeling. Everybody was behind the president, no matter which side of the aisle they were on. I can insert cricket sounds during my long pauses, maybe. That'd be kind of interesting. So happy 9/11, everybody. Americans. I'm just happy that we're all Americans, and that we'll find a way to get through and rally as a country together again. Let's get to something else, man, because talking about 9/11, I mean, you can hear the fan creaking in the background, which is unprofessional. I probably shouldn't have a creaking fan in the background, but you can hear it because 9/11 is a heavy topic. But they said never forget, and we never really have. We did forget the feeling of being a country together. That's a lot different right now. But let's move on to another topic. Are you ready? It's time to check the voicemails on the Disciple Hotline. Call the hotline at 954-580-FUNK and leave a voicemail for Black and White Jesus. We'll play it on the next show and respond to you. Here's Black and White Jesus with the Disciple Hotline. And it's time to check the Disciple Hotline. The Disciple Hotline, the number is 954-580-FUNK, and we invite everybody to call in and talk to us, man. We'll talk back to you. We got a few voicemails here. Let's check it out.
Wait a minute. He's not here. He's like out having his butt cleaned. This is Butthead. Who the hell is this? Hey, baby. Could you like put the phone on your butt? Hello? Hello? 10-6-9er, we got whores in the city. We need backup now.
All right. Okay, that was obviously some whippersnappers playing a prank. But I'm sure we have a real voicemail here. We got a voicemail in from Sweet Tea, friend of the show, and let's go to that.
What's up, Black Jesus, White Jesus?
Just White Jesus.
Listening to the news or something, like a conference, press conference. That's news, right? A press conference. Anyhow, and I had this thought about the coworker situation and about the entire, like, cancel culture, and just every, like, thing anti-Trump right now. And I realized that all the people who are super anti-Trump, all the people who hate Trump, who just hate him.
Most people.
They just hate him. He gets on their nerves. He says shit they don't like.
Yep.
They hate his guts. They don't like him, and they don't like his supporters. And the people who feel that way, they just haven't figured it out yet. They just haven't figured it out yet. Okay? They say, I watch his Twitter feed. I see what he says, and he says racist things.
Let's go ahead and take a break from that. Sweet Tea is a long talker, which means she'll take up an entire 5-minute voicemail. And I kind of understand what she's saying there. If you're looked at as a Trump supporter, that's like a supposedly evil thing to be. And you don't even have to support the guy and be like a Trump fanatic. If you just simply don't want to vote for Joe Biden and you'd rather vote for Trump, you're seen as a special type of person, probably a racist, homophobic type. Let's get back to Sweet Tea.
They haven't figured out that this is a country where no matter what you may feel about it or what it may mean to you, our freedom of speech, it's something that whether you're Democrat or Republican, in the America that I grew up, didn't matter. Either one, we would fight to the death to defend your right to say whatever the fuck you want to say. Okay? You don't know why they're saying what they're saying always. And, yeah, I can see how some people would be upset with some of the things that he says because he's president. But the fact of the matter is, look at the policies that he has enacted. And look at the policies and the history behind the other parties. Not just Biden. I'm talking about in our government. It doesn't matter.
Okay, let's interject here real quick. There's more to the voicemail. I definitely respect Sweet Tea for leaving detailed and poignant voicemails. She's got a point. People on the I hate Donald Trump bandwagon, which is currently full, and you have to reserve seating months and months in advance. They don't look into anything other than the negative stuff that's put out on him, which is basically from everybody. You know, the news. Besides Fox News, you aren't going to hear anybody here say anything good about Trump, you know? Yeah, I was talking to a woman at the gas station the other day on 9/11, and I was buying something, and she was browsing through face masks, and the song "I'm Proud to Be an American" was playing over the loudspeaker. And I looked over to her and I said, I guess they were playing the 9/11 playlist. And she said, oh yeah, you know, and she mentioned that she was from New York. She wasn't there during the attack, but she had family up there, friends, and it was a real thing for her. And then we just started talking for about 15 minutes about just in the gas station, and our conversation moved from inside to outside. Just a great conversation about America and division and all this stuff. I'll point out that the woman I was talking to was a black woman, and the only reason I point that out is that I love and enjoy random conversations that I'll have with non-white people. And, you know, it's, she kind of stood on the same side that me and Black Jesus stand on, that Sweet Tea stands on. Anyway, it's good bumping into people and being able to have, just civil discourse. And me and this woman were both wearing masks because of coronavirus. Her name was Gloria, by the way. I told her about the podcast. I recommended it to her. I think she would like it. And coronavirus, we were both wearing masks. But we shook hands without gloves when we introduced each other. And at the end, we gave each other a big hug. And it's cool to see stuff like that happen just out of normal humanity, ignoring the coronavirus rules. Is Sweet Tea done yet? Let's see. Let's check back in with Sweet Tea. Hold on, let's get Sweet Tea plugged in here. I don't think she's even finished.
That will talk like they're liberal, but they enact policies only make things worse for poor people. Minorities. But I'm just going to go ahead and lump it all into poor people because I think it's really a battle to keep us divided. Because the more we see differences, the more we separate ourselves from each other. And the more we separate ourselves from each other, the less we know the truth.
That's wise.
Disciple number 1 out.
Disciple number 1 out. What Sweet Tea just said was beautiful and should go into a speech. Yeah, we're concentrated on division. We need to concentrate on coming together. Let's see if we have any other voicemail here. Oh, we got a voicemail in from Billy. And you know, Billy left our first voicemail on the hotline as soon as he heard that there was a show, that there was a hotline that he could call.
Hey, Black and White Jesus. This is Billy, y'all. Second time caller, man. Whoop, whoop. Hey, guys, check this out, man. Oh, man, dude, you guys' shows is funny, man. And then, like, last week, y'all, you guys had that Duncan Trussell, man, talking about simulation. Oh, fucking everything is like machines, and we chose our laughing stuff. I was like, damn, I chose to be a truck driver. and I'm not even real, man. Hey, watch where you're going. Watch.
Oh, be careful.
Damn hippies on a highway. Anyway, Black White J, I just wanted to say hi, guys. Your show's been awesome, dude. Just been listening to it in the truck here. And, yippee!
That was Billy. He drives a truck, and I think he's using some substances that help keep him awake. I don't want to say crystal meth, but we can speculate. All right, let's go to the next voicemail.
Ricardo,
Oh, jeez.
you can call me or no call me. I don't care no more, Ricardo. You break my heart.
Wow. Well, if you're a regular listener to the show, you know that this lady has called several times looking for this Ricardo. You know what? Like, we got to do something about this. We have talked about it. You know what? It's White Jesus Unleashed. Let's call Rosa. That's what we call her, at least. And let's get her on the phone. Tell her that she's not going to find a Ricardo here.
Ricardo.
No. My name is White Jesus.
White Jesus?
Yes. I do a podcast, and you've been leaving messages for a Ricardo. I just wanted to let you know that we don't know who Ricardo is. I'm sorry. What is your name? We've been calling you Rosa.
My name is Rosita.
Wow. I guess me and Black Jesus kind of nailed it. So you've been calling up the hotline looking for Ricardo.
Yes, Ricardo gave me this number to call him, but he never answered.
Well, you're actually calling my podcast hotline and leaving messages. You're actually one of our favorite parts of the show. I wanted to call you and say hi.
It's nice to meet you too. I think Ricardo gave me wrong phone number.
Yeah. Maybe Ricardo isn't the right one for you, True love will happen, Rosita, but I don't think it's going to happen with Ricardo.
You're probably right. It's just hard. He told me he loved me. He broke my heart.
And seeing your heart break made me and Black Jesus sad. We just wanted to be there for you, and give you a call.
You seem very nice. You have a girlfriend?
No, I don't.
You call me because you love me?
No. Like, you keep calling and leaving a voicemail, so, I wanted to call you and make sure you were okay.
You sound very sweet and nice. Maybe you can be new Ricardo.
Rosita, calling me new Ricardo would be wrong. Listen, we just wanted to check in on you,
Can I still call your number?
Sure, Rosita. You can call anytime you want to. The podcast is called the Black and White Jesus Podcast. You're actually on 4 episodes.
Okay, Black and White Jesus.
Yes, it was nice to meet you, Rosa. Take care.
Bye, White Jesus. I love you.
Oh, man. Well, we have met Rosa. Still no word from Ricardo. I think she was hitting on me. She still wants to call the hotline. What's she gonna talk about besides Ricardo? It is now time for the topic of discussion. Topic of discussion doesn't really work this week because I've got nobody to discuss things with. We're gonna have to rename this segment. Let's call it White Jesus Rants. Because I got something I want to talk about. And I'll talk about it. It might turn into a rant. I may get all Adam Carolla with you. I'm going to Adam Carolla rant. I can't do his voice. I wanted to talk about, I titled it Cancel Comedy. And, in this day and age, everybody is oversensitive. When the opportunity comes up for a person to get offended, it's like they jump on it. And they just feel they're right and virtuous to erase, the offensive person. I want to tell you about a group of offensive people. They're called comedians. Comedians make us smile, make us laugh, and shock us. That's the job of a comedian. One of my favorite comedians, Louis C.K., is one that'll do all three. Like, he's really good at shocking comedy. He'll say things that shock you when you hear it, and that's why I like him. And I'm laughing as he shocks me. You know, like several years ago, he could pull out the N-word in the middle of a set, and the audience, like a diverse audience, was prepared for it. Still shocked by it, but they knew they came to see a comedian. And the joke was funny. He's such a gentleman that he even asked permission before whacking off in front of people. That's what a class act Louis is. And if he offends people, that's the risk. And the risk is now greater than ever. I feel like I'm on a mission to keep offensive comedy alive and well. And if you don't like it, you don't have to listen. You have free speech, so you can tell me that you're offended. And let me be clear, offensive comedy or shock comedy is a style. It's an art. And at least speaking for myself, if I truly offend you, I apologize. It wasn't my intention. I never write a joke thinking, let me hurt this person's feelings. I'm a very nice and peaceful person. I mean, for God's sakes, I'm white Jesus. And it's just my style of funny. When I find out that something I said hurt somebody's feelings, I feel very saddened by it. I can actually get depressed. And I do my best to resolve the issue, you know. It doesn't happen often, but it has happened a couple times. And, you know, I take complete responsibility. I only ask that you understand that my intention was to make you smile or laugh, you know. I'm an accidental asshole. I'm just like an asshole in accident all the time. You know, this is why I defend the R word. In comedy, it's a funny word. It's politically incorrect, but remember, I'm not a politician. Comedians aren't politicians. For me, it's used to describe a stupid or ridiculous person or situation. It has nothing to do with disabled people, and whenever it's used in comedy, it never has anything to do with disabled people. And I hold on to that word as a statement almost. A statement that it's still okay to laugh. You know, the world's evolving. Society's evolving. I understand that. But we have to be mindful to evolve correctly. You know, we have to keep love and understanding at the forefront and not be so quick to demonize people we disagree with, you know. As Black Jesus says, we are divided. So the answer is to come together, you know. There's a left wing and a right wing. If those two wings don't work together, you got a bird that can't fucking fly. You got a dumb bird just struggling to get off the sidewalk. His wings aren't working together. He can't fly. And if those two wings work together, we can fly. Let's not keep moving further apart, you know. Let's come closer together. You know, the way to end racism isn't to hate white people or demand black-only dorms on campus, you know. The way to end hate isn't to hate more. I've seen people protesting for peace, and all of them with their middle fingers up in the air. Like, do you see a problem there? They're just internet assholes, you know. And just like, as man, society in 2020, You know, I see this 2020 election going either two ways. Either Trump wins and there's violence and rioting, or Biden wins and there's violence and rioting. Because America is addicted to social media drama and chaos. We want something that we can film on our phones and put on fucking Twitter or TikTok. We need to work on chilling out. You know, clearly this went from talking about offensive comedy to politics. But it's all related in our culture. I didn't even need a segue. I'll disagree with the radical left often because they're so freaking radical. So radical that they're pushing people away from the left. You know, disagreeing with the left doesn't make me on the right. It just makes me correct. In the end, I think we can all get together. Let's try to have fun. Let's try not to get so offended at things and fall into that trap. And that didn't really turn much into a rant. Maybe I should have yelled a little bit, but it's important stuff, man. It's important stuff. Again, I need crickets in between my long pauses. But you guys understand. This is my first time being solo. Nobody to talk to, man. I feel a little crazy talking to myself. But as I always say, the show must go on. So let's let the show go on. Here's something you might not know about White Jesus. I know people. I know a few people. And some people have a personal relationship with White Jesus. And I know people who can get me to celebrities. That's right. I've got celebrity interviews ready for the Black and White Jesus podcast. It's very exciting. Very exciting. We scored an interview with Dr. Phil McGraw. Dr. Phil. We talked to Dr. Phil. It's great. And here it is. Dr. Phil, thank you for joining us on the Black and White Jesus podcast.
How's it going?
It's going pretty good. How are you?
Nobody really cares.
Well, that's not true, Dr. Phil. I mean, you're Dr. Phil. The folks at home are interested in how you're doing.
Maybe.
Yes, sir. Now cheer up.
Whatever.
Dr. Phil, you must get fan mail. What did your last fan mail say?
You're a bitch.
Oh. I'm sorry, Dr. Phil. That person seems like a bully.
Yeah.
Dr. Phil, do you have any questions for me?
Do you agree that you've smoked pot?
Yes, sir. I have a medicinal card, and I use it for depression and anxiety.
How about when this is over, we go do a little coke?
No, Dr. Phil. I don't do drugs. You really want to do cocaine?
How about we go do a little coke?
No, sir. You do realize this is a recorded interview, right?
I'm a drunk pimp.
Dr. Phil, I think you've done too much of that cocaine.
Quit being mad at me and just love me again.
Dr. Phil, I'm not mad at you.
What are you so angry about? Do you torture small animals?
No, Dr. Phil, I don't torture animals. Do you?
Yeah.
Well, that's just not right, Mr. McGraw.
Get over it.
Dr. Phil, I heard you're not an actual doctor. Is this true?
That's a load of crap. What do you want from me today?
Dr. Phil, I just want an honest interview.
I deserve to be treated better than this.
Well, you deserve to be treated as a trusted celebrity doctor.
You know what? I'm not some schmo here.
1, 2, 3,
Dr. Phil, what are you doing?
4, 5, 6,
Dr. Phil, is it true that you're a fake hick doctor that crawled up the coattails of Oprah Winfrey?
7, 8, 9.
Gotta run.
Dr. Phil, don't you hang up on me. Dr. Phil. We lost Dr. Phil. And that was our interview with Dr. Phil McGraw. And you know what? I hear a lot of people talking about, we got to be worried about Post Malone and his drug use and intervene and save his life and everything. I think we should be taking a look at Dr. Phil McGraw, because I don't think he's well. Hey, as I mentioned earlier, I know people, and getting the Dr. Phil interview was pretty cool, and I hope it'll be good for the show. But what some of you may not know is that I actually know Michael Flynn, first Defense Secretary under Trump. Actually, good friends, and we partied out in Hawaii years and years ago. I was a little boy. Good man. I'm not going to say that Michael Flynn connected me in any way, but through certain channels. I'm really nervous about this. We have scored an interview with the President of the United States of America, Donald J. Trump. It's going to be a multi-part interview. We recorded it earlier. We were either cut off or he had to run. He's the president. I can't believe we interviewed the president. This is a big thing. So we recorded the interview earlier, and let's go to it now. Black and White Jesus Podcast interview with Donald J. Trump, the President of the United States. Welcome, Mr. President, to the Black and White Jesus Podcast. It's really amazing that you've taken time out of your busy schedule to do an interview for a podcast that has virtually no listeners.
Congratulations.
Well, no, sir. We want an audience.
It can happen.
Do you think so? Have you heard anything good about the show?
No.
Having an interview with the Commander-in-Chief will surely help the show. The election is coming up. What are you thinking about it right now?
The United States is hacked by everybody.
Oh, do you think the election is going to be hacked in some way? How do you defend against that?
Hacking defense.
Hacking defense. That sounds pretty logical, Mr. President. Who do you think is hacking us?
China, Japan, Mexico,
Saudi Arabia. Barack Obama.
All of those people are hacking us? Is there anybody else?
Rosie O'Donnell.
Wow. Sir, what makes you a better leader than Joe Biden?
Stamina.
Okay. That seems like a good answer.
turn off the lights.
Sir, we're not in the same room.
They're too bright.
Well, do you see a light switch, Mr. President?
Turn them off.
Do you have a light switch guy?
No, get those lights off.
Mr. President, are you okay? Mr. President?
I love babies.
Oh. That's sweet, sir.
I love babies.
That's sweet. I love babies, too.
What a beautiful baby.
Is there a baby with you, Mr. President?
No.
Okay. President Trump, can I ask you about your marriage with Melania?
We really do have to get going.
No, please, sir. We don't have to talk about that.
Thank you, darling.
Mr. President, can you please not call me darling?
I'm sorry. I fully understand.
Okay. Let's talk about the coronavirus.
China.
Okay, let's talk about the China coronavirus. How close are we to a vaccine?
But we don't know.
Really?
We don't know what's happening.
Well, are we going to be okay, sir?
You'll be fine.
I believe you, yo. I don't know why, but I do. Mr. President, let's talk about your penis.
It may get bigger, it may get a little bigger, it may not get bigger at all. We'll see what happens.
I guess we will see what happens. I hope so. You know, what do you think about it when you catch a glimpse of it?
And this is very unusual.
I've heard you take enhancement pills for your unusual penis. What are the effects of the pills?
Bigger, better, and stronger. Very long and very hard.
Well, that's gross and good to hear, Mr. President. Let me say, you have very good words.
I know words. I have the best words.
Mr. President, do you like your life?
I love my life. I'm really rich. I have a wonderful family.
How rich are you, sir?
Billions and billions.
Really?
Probably trillions.
That seems like too rich, maybe.
Well, I pay a lot of tax.
Mr. President, can we see your tax forms?
We really do have to get going.
No, sir. Please hang around for a little bit. We won't talk about your taxes. Hello? Hello? Mr. President? Okay, we'll call that part one of the interview with the President of the United States, Donald Trump. Wow. I just talked to the President. That's crazy. I'm like Mark Maron. I've achieved that level of podcast success, man. He got Obama in the garage. Dude, I'm just a fella in a room smoking a bowl. I just talked to Donald Trump. Whoop, whoop.
There's fake news and there's real news. Here's the real news with White Jesus.
And welcome. Welcome everybody to the real news with White Jesus. This is going to be weird because I usually have somebody to do the news with to tell the news to, but I got no Black Jesus. My brother isn't available. So let's just do the real news between us without an audience. Our top story: Twitter permanently bans former KKK leader David Duke. Twitter stated, "Don't get us wrong, we still encourage hatred on Twitter. We just banned this one dude." Hey, what was that? An audience showed up. That is awesome. That's cool. That makes me feel a little bit more comfortable. Unrest hits Minneapolis after mistaken reports of police shooting black man who actually shot himself. Minneapolis Mayor Jacob Frey held a press conference during the incident saying, "We have a real problem in this city and we should focus on it 100%. Black men are shooting themselves." Oh, yeah, it's like a joke because, guys, they're, there's actual bad things going on, and he's saying that black men are shooting themselves, kind of a ridiculous type of thing. Our next story, gotta win the audience back. Our next story: Keeping Up with the Kardashians to end in 2021. Whoa. Hey, all right. Everybody's ready for the Kardashians to end. When reached for comment, the Kardashians stated, "We did everything we set out to do. We single-handedly made society dumber and dumber over the last 13 years. Everyone is a retard now, and we're all billionaires. Bye." Yeah, Kardashians kind of made everything dumb, huh? What do you guys think? They did. Cannabis demand at an all-time high amid pandemic, Curaleaf says. Curaleaf goes into detail, saying about 89% of the entire demand is just going to one customer, a Mr. Jesus de Blanco, and they are asking him to save some weed for the rest of the folks. Hey, wait a second. Jesus de Blanco. That's me. They're talking about me. That's ridiculous. Our next story. A pilot spots a man in jetpack flying next to a plane. Did you guys hear about this? Oh my God. The authorities are now searching for the jetpacking suspect, Elroy Jetson. Okay. I guess that's all I get. Understandable. Our next story from across the pond. That's what you say when you talk about England. You say across the pond. Simon Cowell of America's Got Talent falls off of an electric bicycle and breaks his back. Guys, don't applaud that. It's tragic. Simon has criticized the bicycle, saying this bike has absolutely no talent and it's never going to be a success. The bike was the worst piece of shit I've ever ridden. Yeah, Simon Cowell just talks junk about things that he doesn't like, man. Our next story. Are you guys having a good time? I'm glad you came. I really appreciate an audience, guys. That's great. All right. The next story. What will determine a successful season for the Washington football team? Ron Rivera. Yeah, I know, right? Ron Rivera explains. Coach Ron Rivera explained that as long as the Washington football team does what they're supposed to do and play football, they can make it all the way to the football playoffs and get to their final destination, the football bowl. Washington football team, that's just silly. Los Angeles County bans trick-or-treating this Hollywood due to coronavirus. Oh, that's bad. LA County says while trick-or-treating is canceled, folks are still free to riot, set the city on fire, and disturb the peace. But if they find anyone with a mini Snickers, you're going straight to jail. Ridiculous. Most voters don't see Trump and Biden as mentally fit to be president, new polls show. Yeah. However, as these are our only choices on Election Day, voters will have to decide once again which stupid old man they want to be president. That's what we always do, man. It's always we're checking out a stupid old man. It's ridiculous. Our next... Hey, do you guys mind if I take a quick hit off my pipe here? Okay, cool, thanks. It's weed. Biden. Okay, no. Oh, maybe I shouldn't have gotten high. I did that one already. Our next story, associate professor who has lived as a black woman announces she is white and cancels herself. When pressed again about what race she actually is, the professor stated, well, I'm obviously white. Did I not just cancel myself? You can't get more white than that. That's what we do. Biden on debates with Trump. I know how to handle bullies. Preparing for the debates, Biden has taken on an old Asian mentor, a Mr. Miyagi, and has started learning karate. While it started with Biden washing Mr. Miyagi's cars and painting his house, he feels he will be ready for Trump at the All-Valley Karate Tournament. Man, Joe Biden's losing touch of reality, man. I think he's thinking about that Karate Kid movie. Yeah, anyway. Hey, I already told this joke. Hey, I'm trying, guys. Please, this is my first show alone. I'm doing the best I can, and I hope you guys will stick with me. Because we only have one more joke. You guys sound excited about that. And finally, New York City gynecologist indicted for sexual assault spanning decades. It's a shocking story. The gynecologist is defending himself, saying, "I'm supposed to inspect vaginas. It's my job." Oh, man. I think this poor gynecologist may be getting Me Too'd. But he's just doing his job. He's supposed to inspect vaginas. He's got to check them out. Hey, guys, that's been the real news with White Jesus. I hope you enjoyed yourself. I thank you guys for coming in. You've been a wonderful audience. Oh, thank you. Thank you. Thank you, guys. And folks, it is time for the wrap up. This is where we wrap the show up like a chimichanga. It was an interesting show, man. Did it alone. Talked to myself and the and the viewers, the disciples. Had some special interviews. I'm going to try to call my brother. Ooh, this is weird. He's like in the middle of the desert with no service. Or that's just as an excuse and he's involved in something unseemly. But I'm going to try to call him one more time on his regular phone, because I just tried Facebook Messenger, which is retarded. Seems kind of loud. There we go, that's a little nicer.
Hi, you reached Jamie.
Yeah.
I didn't pick up the phone because either I'm busy or I didn't recognize your number. Please leave your name and your number so I can get back to you. If you're calling about magic lessons or about a job, please let me know.
Magic lessons?
At the tone, please record.
Magic lessons? We should have left him a message. Hey, he tried to call me. I'm going to try to call him back. Oh well. He's just in the desert, man. Unreachable. It's been ridiculous trying to get in touch with him. It's a horrible ending to the show. I just wanted to say that the show was unique. Yeah, he's trying to get in touch with me. We just can't do it, man. Can't make it happen. But see, it says like he called me. Oh well. I'll just say, what's up, brother? He said, let's try WhatsApp. Let's do it, man. Let's try WhatsApp. Hello?
Yo.
What's up, my brother?
Not much, man. I was just chilling in my chill sack.
Dude, my podcast has been completely boring for the last 4 minutes because I've just been trying to contact you and just been talking about how I can't contact you. And then we figured it out, man. We did it. Hey, man, I just did a podcast by myself this week.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, man, it was a bit of a different kind of a show. Wait till you see the celebrity interviews that I scored.
Oh, dude, I can't believe you got celebrities doing your show. That's crazy.
Because I know people, and I've got connections.
Like, what happened, man? Like, who did you have?
Dude,
are we on the air right now?
Yeah, we're on the air right now, man. This is the wrap up.
with you, man.
Like whenever I call you just to say what's up, you're like, "Are we on the air?" Yeah, we're on the air, man.
Word.
Yeah, so it was kind of a cool show. We had some listener mails. There was some there's some things that I was thinking about doing that I didn't even do because, like, I just did an hour show by myself, man. That's good enough.
Like, what did you do that was unexpected?
Well, I had special guest celebrity interviews.
Oh, that's right. Anybody I would know?
Dude. All right, man. I'm gonna post it up here soon. I won't give you the big one, but I did interview Dr. Phil over the phone.
Oh, nice.
Dr. Phil McGraw. He's got that show.
I have mixed feelings about him. Yeah.
Yeah,
he seems super cool, but I want to punch him in the face. You know.
Dude, wait till you hear the interview. There's a reason you want to punch him in the face, man. He's a weird fella. He's a weird dude, man.
Word.
I think it was a good show, man. Like, I did the real news by myself, but like all of a sudden an audience showed up. I don't know how.
Oh, that's good.
Through the magic of technology, an audience showed up.
Yes, sir.
So that's this week's show, man. Hopefully Black Jesus will be back next week, man. It's always good to check in with you. We're wrapping it up like a chimichanga. I always end the show by saying, remember always that Black and White Jesus love you. And would you like to say something to the folks?
Yeah, to the folk, who's primarily me, I'll say I love you too. If you can hear this, I love you.
Cool,
that
man.
Means you.
Cool, man. Yeah, dude. We've got listeners, man. People are gonna hear this, and your love is just gonna spread across, man. Like it's your words of love
like hepatitis C
is gonna spread across the internet. Not quite like your hepatitis C, but it's gonna bring joy to people's hearts, man. I drank the rest of that tincture. Oh man. Well, this has been the show, man, and we're gonna cut it off. Hey, will you play us out? Cause that's what you do, man. Your music ends the show. So after we say bye to the folks, you're gonna play us out. So pull out your guitar.
I'll do it.
All right, man. You pull it. All right. This is amazing. Hey, bro.
Nice.
Dude, that was like the coolest thing that could have happened on the show, man. And now you can hear a produced version as we go out. All right, that's the show. There's no Black Jesus. White Jesus and his brother is out, and we all love you. See you next week.